A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a recent episode of CNN NewsNight, former MSNBC host Tiffany Cross delivered a fiery and controversial monologue that has sparked significant debate across the media landscape. During her appearance on the show hosted by Abby Phillip, Cross made a series of alarming comparisons, likening ICE detention facilities to concentration camps. This provocative statement has raised eyebrows and ignited discussions about the language used in the immigration debate. Cross's comments came during a discussion about the presence of ICE officers and National Guard members in MacArthur Park, Los Angeles. She expressed her outrage at what she described as the normalization of a government agency that she claims is disappearing people and transporting them to concentration camps. Her remarks were met with minimal pushback from Phillip, which some viewers found surprising given the gravity of the accusations. The conversation escalated as Cross accused the government of committing acts akin to kidnapping, stating, "We are normalizing a government agency disappearing people." She argued that the narrative surrounding immigration enforcement is being framed in a way that downplays the seriousness of the situation. In her view, this is not merely a political issue but a moral one, asserting that the actions taken by the administration are reprehensible. Kelly Jane Torrance, a guest on the show from the New York Post, challenged Cross's rhetoric, suggesting that her comparisons to the Holocaust were offensive to Jewish survivors. Cross, however, dismissed this concern, insisting that the comparison was valid because of the actions being taken against immigrants. This exchange highlighted the deep divisions in how immigration policy is perceived and discussed in the media. The debate intensified as Cross emphasized that a significant portion of those detained by ICE have not committed violent crimes, stating, "Less than 10% of these people have committed any sort of violent crime." She argued that the framing of these individuals as dangerous criminals is misleading and serves to justify their treatment. As the discussion progressed, Cross accused Torrance of attempting to downplay the severity of the situation by questioning her language. "It has nothing to do with my language. It has to do with the actions that are being taken by this administration," she asserted. This insistence on the moral implications of the government's actions resonated with some viewers who feel that the immigration debate has been overly politicized. Cross's comments have not gone unnoticed, with many commentators and analysts weighing in on the implications of her statements. Critics have pointed out that such extreme language can be detrimental to constructive dialogue about immigration policy. The comparison to concentration camps, in particular, has been deemed hyperbolic by some, who argue that it undermines the experiences of those who suffered during the Holocaust. Supporters of Cross argue that her passionate defense of immigrant rights is necessary in the face of what they see as a growing trend of dehumanization in the immigration debate. They contend that her willingness to speak out against what she perceives as injustices is commendable and necessary for holding the government accountable. The segment has reignited discussions about media bias and the treatment of conservative voices on platforms like CNN. Many have noted that Cross's uninterrupted rant stands in stark contrast to how conservative guests are often treated on the same network. Critics argue that this double standard highlights a broader issue of bias within mainstream media, where liberal perspectives are often given more leeway than conservative viewpoints. As the fallout from this segment continues, it raises important questions about the role of media in shaping public discourse on immigration and the responsibility of journalists to provide balanced coverage. The language used in these discussions can have profound effects on public perception and policy, making it essential for all voices to be heard and respected. In conclusion, Tiffany Cross's recent comments on CNN NewsNight have sparked a significant conversation about immigration enforcement, media bias, and the language used in political discourse. While some see her comparisons as a necessary critique of government actions, others view them as an inappropriate and inflammatory exaggeration. As the debate continues, it remains to be seen how these discussions will influence public opinion and policy moving forward. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.